All right. Well, hello everyone. Um, Finally, I'm live with this stuff. Let's get into it. So, let's talk about how to get more leads for your photography business using Facebook ads. This is something that I posted about and I saw a lot of engagement and people asking for it. So, I thought just why not give people a little bit of education on this matter. So, before we start, guys, I would like to show you something that I don't really understand, but well, this is a survey done by photoshelter.com where you see the most worry about thing is the task of finding new clients, something about 74%, which for me is absolutely nonsense. I mean, getting found online and finding new clients is like something that you should be able to do if you got whatever business you're in. This is something that you have to learn how to do. Now I understand photography business is kind of different because you guys are amazing at taking your photos and doing all the kind of good stuff, but some of you are lacking the knowledge when it comes to, online advertising and all the kind of stuff related to marketing. So let's start with what you have been told to do to market your business online and why I think it's a major waste of time and you should stop doing it if you're doing it. I mean, if you want to get more results, of course. If you enjoy it, then you just should keep doing it and just don't listen to me at all. Now, SEO. SEO used to be very big back in the day. However, guys, it's a completely waste of time to keep yourself occupied doing this thing because, look, um, let me just jump live so that you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. How it works. Um, let's just go to straight to google.com, right? And let's say I'm looking for a wedding photographer. Let's say, I don't know, San Diego, right? So you see this one, two, three, four. The first four spots are ads. I mean, people are paying for this stuff. I'm gonna show you afterward how you do it and how you actually, research and all this stuff. But it is proven, guys, that the four, first 4 to 6 spots in Google are the ones that actually people click on. So you're gonna have such a hard time trying to rank for this, keywords, wedding photographer in San Diego. And it's going to take you such a huge amount of time, and you're not even going to be there because it costs money to be here. And I'm going to show you how much each of this click can be. It can be pretty expensive. I mean, this is something that I will talk about later on, but it can be about 4 to 6 to 7 to even $10. So you have to have a strategy in place when it comes to monetizing these clicks, which is totally doable. But what I mean here is that if you are trying to do SEO to get more clients on the photography niche, especially for wedding photography and all this sort of stuff, which is pretty competitive because that's where the money is in, just stop it. It's just a waste of time. All right, so now let's jump back into it. Social media, organic. Now you've been told probably to spam your Facebook, Instagram, all the stuff with photos and histories and whatever. Now, if you enjoy doing that and something that you see yourself doing 8 hours a day, go ahead. I mean, you never know, you're gonna get 1 2 clients out of it. I don't know, but if you're just trying to like make a living out of it, like getting clients and on a constant basis, it's going to be really, really, really hard. Okay, so I would not spend my time doing that. Same goes for content creation. I really, 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 in 2002 maybe, it was a good strategy. Nowadays, just to create content and putting it out there just to see what happens is just a waste of time, guys. Just quit doing that. Blogging every day. Now, don't get me wrong, I love blogs and I think they're pretty informative and you can build a blog and build an audience. But if you are like trying to get wedding clients, sorry, and you have to be after them. You have to know, you have to be able how to find them, not just, relying on what you write and wait for them to come to you because it's not going to work like that. All right, so having stunning portfolios as websites instead of funnels, marketing funnels. Now, don't get me wrong here, guys, because I really love all your websites and how you guys put a lot of time into it and they look pretty nice with all your photos and stuff. But when it comes to generating leads, it's not the most effective strategy to do, all right? What I mean by that is you can still have your stunning portfolio as you like. I mean, you can. It's pretty nice indeed, because I like to, if I was a potential client, I would like to see what you guys do, of course. But what I mean by this is, if you're trying to buy advertising somewhere else, like I will show you later on, like let's say Facebook ads or Google AdWords, what most of you guys are doing, like 99% of you guys are doing, which is really drives me nuts, is like paying for clicks and sending them to home pages. That is like, if I go open up the window and throw out my money, because it does not produce any result. You have to stop doing that. Do not send paid advertising to home pages. It's a waste of money, time, and resources. That for sure. And advertising online, the same goes here. And I mean, for the people that are actually trying to do it, I really respect them, because this is a thing that takes time and money to learn. But if you have no clue what you're doing here, it is exactly the same as going to a casino in Vegas and start gambling. I tell you that, because each click can get pretty expensive and you might not get any return back from your investment. So you have to be pretty careful. You have to know what you're doing. All right, with that being said, guys, I don't want to sound like a negative asshole here. I'm just trying to put into perspective what really paid advertising should be like for you guys, for photographers. All right, now let's see what you should be doing and focusing instead. All right, this is where I'll be focusing on during this presentation. I'll try to keep it like maybe 40-45 minutes, so you guys get a good idea of what this whole thing is about. Learn how to research your market online. This is huge, guys. This is huge, and we're gonna go over it, but we're gonna cover it hopefully so that you guys can go out there and do it yourself. Now, learn how to use paid advertising to acquire leads for your business. This is something big. I mean, of course, I cannot go through every detail in this presentation, but you're gonna get a good idea of what it's like if you have never launched a Facebook campaign before, for example, to I don't know, let's say wedding photography business, okay? Now, this is like the biggest thing you can ever learn and use to attract clients to whatever kind of business it might be. It's understanding and using retargeting ads, because this is huge, guys. I mean, once a prospect lands on your website, and it means somehow that he or she might be interested in what you're offering. So by placing pixels, which is a little piece of code that you have to insert on your websites, you are able then to follow them on Facebook, to follow them on whatever website they might be. I mean, this is huge. It drives your conversion. I mean, you guys gonna see it later because I really love it. It's one of my favorite strategies and to show and to apply myself. Landing pages, and this is what I was talking about, that do not, never, ever send a paid advertising click to a home website. It's just not worth it. Email marketing funnel, this is huge as well. We're gonna go in, maybe in 45 minutes it's going to be hard to cover it all, but you have to get an idea of what it looks like. So how, by doing email marketing, you can turn cold leads into warm leads, by providing value, which is what this whole thing is about. Eventually, when they become, when they turn into a warm lead, this is when you guys can sell to them, and this is huge, okay? And yeah, we're gonna go over the basic metrics like cost to acquire leads, which is CPL, CPA, LTV, cost to acquire a paying customer, and the long-term value of your leads. So let's move forward, guys. So let's do this thing live you will see here that I did not put any theory of any of that because it's I don't like the stuff. So how to research your market online. If you have never ever launched a campaign online, this might be pretty new to you. However, I don't know if any of you guys have ever launched a campaign. So well, what I'll do, let's take the example of a wedding photographer. All right. All right. So here we are in the Facebook Business Manager, and this is a feature that if you have a Facebook account, you should be able to access this Facebook Manager business thing. Now, let's say you're a photographer in San Diego who wants to reach brides. And this is we're gonna use for this matter as an example. You see here San Diego, and you go here into demographic, relationships, relationship status, and you go engage. Okay, this is you can choose it all here. It goes as deep as newly engaged, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, married. I mean, huge. I mean, the information that you guys have here is huge. You see here there is a potential reach of 50,000 people. So let's say, I mean, that's a lot of people that you can market to, of course. Let's say you want to narrow this audience more and specific, you know, if they're engaged, chances are, well, of course, we're gonna reach, we wanna reach women. So we just click there and you see we have a little bit less now, like 26,000, which is still a lot of people. And we want to we want to know which of this person might be into the mood of, you know, let's say, I don't know, a website. Ah, yeah, I do know. Wedding Wire. That, all right. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one. Let me put it here. You get weddingwire.com. This is pretty like a marketplace for, you know, I've been there before. It's like a marketplace and stuff. So, I mean, what we're doing here is kind of like, you know, actually targeting by demographic, which is pretty powerful. And then we want our, you know, narrowing down to interest. If that means that people who are engaged, women who are engaged and might be interested actually or have engaged with this website. Wedding Wire. There's another one called, I think, The Knot. That one, yeah. All right. So you see, the more, of course, the more we target, we're gonna have less and less people, but they likely more to be more and more targeted. So you can add another layer of targeting here, Brides Magazine. And this is cool because Facebook is giving you suggestions based on what you already have. So there's the Knot website, I'm not too sure. Another thing you guys can do is jump into similar, I guess it's similar web, yeah. You go in there and you ask this website, for example, you want to know similar website like this one. I think this is like the biggest, one of the biggest ones in the weddings online thing industry. And cool thing here is that if you go down, you can see, let me see, where is that? You see these websites which are like pretty similar to it. So let's click. Well, this is Wedding Wire. You see, mywedding.com. All right. Okay. So let's see if Facebook has it, because it's not going to be always, but I mean you have to give it a try. So there you go, mywedding.com. So now we have like here. I mean, we can keep adding stuff here, you know, to actually get more people in it. But what we're telling Facebook here is, yeah, I want to know women in San Diego who are engaged and you know, are interested in this. Of course, you have to do a little bit more of research. This is for you to actually understand how it works if you've never done it before. And that's around 60,000 people, and that's kind of I mean, If you only get a couple of clients of that, a month, you're good to go. So this is pretty huge, guys. This is pretty powerful, and here is where you actually. Well, I'll go through this later, how to actually set up the campaign and stuff. This is more like the research part of it. Um, Only on Facebook, of course. If you live anywhere else, you can do it as well. I think there are some people from New Zealand here who might be interested in it. Let me see. Auckland. I guess this one. I guess you have to start all over, but you get the idea, guys. Because you have to go back and start all over. I know it's kind of messy right now, but you get the idea. It's about if whatever you're trying to achieve here, it's about targeting the demographics and then interest, and you should be good to go. At least you have an audience. Another thing I like to do is jump into this is the Google AdWords planning. This is as well pretty powerful because you see when people want something, everyone goes to Google, and you want to know something, you go to Google, right? So if I go wedding photographer Auckland, you see there are people paying for this. These are ads, and I don't know if you're familiar with this, but I'm going to introduce it to you anyway, so you can get an idea. This is, if you want to know here, if you want to know here how many people are looking for this stuff, let's put Auckland. All right, and remove Auckland ad city. Okay, and we want to know how many people are looking for the combination wedding photographer Auckland. All right, so now this used to be more precise back in the day. Now they kind of they change it, and you have to be running campaigns on AdWords to actually get to know the exact amount of searches, but still you get an idea. You know that there are around 101,000 searches per month, and with this combination of words in Auckland, and pretty much the expected amount to you have to take it as information. The expected amount to pay for a click should be around $2, or maybe $3. Okay, so there you go. There's people looking for it everywhere. So it's a huge niche. So that's why when I see people complaining like they don't get clients, it kind of gets my nerves on. So all right, now that you understand how to actually do some research, be it on the Facebook planner thing or on Google AdWords, you want to go back. Okay, let's go back and see what else we got here. All right, paid advertising to acquire lead for your business. All right, this is pretty interesting. Let's get into it. Let's jump into it. Now, I'm not going to show you exactly right now how you go and set up the technical part of setting up a Facebook ads. This is something that can be learned, but what I think is much more interesting to learn before is the let's call it psychology behind it of what's happening when you are browsing Facebook, and why you should not ask for a sale right off the bat. Because this is going to save you money. This advice is going to save you money if you ever try to run Facebook campaigns. Look, let's imagine this, I don't know, let's call it party scenario where you're participating in the conversation, engaging with your fellow attendees, and someone happens to ask a question that falls into your area of expertise. You light up and provide helpful, relevant answers with no strings attached. Not only is the person who asked the question is pretty impressed, but so are a few others who've been participating in the conversation, So Then come the magic question. This is what I mean. Do you have a business card? And in fact, you do. I mean, you have talk plenty of them in your wallet, all right? And so this is what I mean by providing value. Before asking for a sale, they see you with other eyes. These guys know what he's talking about. So how do you actually translate this into your Facebook ad strategy? Sorry. The answer is to provide value first. So before creating an ad that asks for the sale, make sure that you have, walled in like your potential audience with so much value that they cannot imagine booking with someone else. In order to do this, you have to do a little bit of reverse engineering and understand what is your prospect is looking for at each stage of their exploration and research prior to booking. So let's keep it in the wedding photographer example. If you're a wedding photographer, let's play this scenario out with your potential bride or groom. When a couple gets engaged, the likelihood is high that they'll be out there looking for a wedding photographer. It just belongs to it. But before you jump in front of them with ads that are, spamming them just for sale, let's think about what their questions are and what are their needs. If you can find those needs and questions ahead of time, then you have the edge to get in front of those couples and providing with the answers to their questions in the form of ads and lead them to great downloads or helpful blog posts, whatever. So they trust you because you are helping them. So how can you do that? If you're struggling to think about what this looks like in a strategy, let's use the example again of a wedding photographer. If a wedding day is all about love, then a love story is a journey, right? When a couple gets engaged, you have to be ready to take that couple on a journey to fall in love with your services. This is what we refer in marketing to as a customer journey. All right, so once you have determined the content that provides the dream answers for your prospects, it can live on your website, your blog, be delivered by an email campaign or a downloadable PDF, whatever. This is the part of the conversion ad. This is what the Facebook ad conversion should be, because they're opting in and they are turning into a lead for you. So you can feel free here to be creative. You can dream up anything as long as it offers solutions to the problem that your potential client could be facing, throughout this journey. So don't worry about, creating something that delivers all of the answers all at once. Break things up into little pieces of content. Do not overwhelm your prospect. Deliver it email after email, and so that they get to trust you. They get to feel, all right, this guy or this girl is helping me out. So this is where you guys earn. This is how you guys earn their trust. All right. So this is what I want to talk about here, about the psychology behind and Facebook ads. Because look, Google AdWords is different, all right? This is when you go out there and type in this here, you actually have an intention behind, all right? You're actually looking for it. When you're on Facebook, you just want to see, pics of your friends, whatever, and it's kind of different, the mood that the person is in, all right? So this is one of my favorite parts. Let's get into it. Understanding and using retargeting ads. This is huge, guys. Believe me. Now, let's do this live here. Auckland, wedding photographer, Auckland. Let's take a look at this, guys. I'm sorry I'm going to click on that. It's going to cost them money, but I just want to show you guys how this works. Now, paultatterson.com. Paul, okay. You see, this guy is doing what you should not be doing if you're buying advertisement on Google AdWords. He is actually sending their traffic to a home website, and he doesn't have any pixel installed on it. How do I know this? Look, this is like the Facebook pixel helper. You see, no pixel found on this website. That means, I mean, how can I explain that? This means when I leave this website, I just click back. I'm not ever going to see them again, you know? He's not going to follow me on Facebook. He's not going to follow me anywhere. And you know, this website is actually not asking me to leave my email or my contact. It's just a bunch of pictures and stuff, and that's it. There is no offer for me. Why should I just be here? This is just I mean, I'm not hating on the guy. I'm just saying, you know, this is not right. You should not be doing this. If you're doing, just stop it. Now let's have a look at another website. All right. This is different. Oh, okay, this is pretty cool example, man. I love it. This is how a landing page at least should look like. Still, it's not perfect. I mean, it's far away from it, but they are trying to give you a free consultation. This is like a free thing in front, you know, and this is pretty important because, you know, when I click here, I already see some value that, you know, they're trying to give me something for free. You click here, and what they're trying to do is to gather. Let me see if this works here. You see, this is huge. This is pretty important, and you should be doing something like this. Maybe the more you have to know that the more data that you're trying to get, the less conversion rates that you will get. Of course, this is you're asking for a name, email address, phone number, wedding date. You know, I'm not too sure about how his conversion rate is. I would keep it more simple at the very beginning, you know, like maybe ask for a name and email address, and just forget these ones about right now, because it still works like that, guys. The more you have to fill in, and you just leave. But what's interesting here, you see there is a Facebook pixel on it installed, which is pretty cool. When I leave this website and I just don't give them my personal information, they are able to actually show me ads of their services on Facebook. And you see the power of this, no? Because the ad that they might be showing on Facebook now, they already know that I'm looking for a photographer in Auckland. So they can, you know, create ads that say, hey, I noticed you were looking at our website. How would you like to get a free consultation? Whatever. I mean, you can be pretty creative there, you know, because they already know that I was in the website, and you should absolutely be doing this. Okay. This is a piece of code. Let me show you. See, Facebook pixel code. This is all there is to it. It's just a JavaScript code that should be put on your website, HTML, and that's it. That's all there is to it. All right. So this is a pretty good example. I'm glad we found it live here, because not all photographers do it, so it's pretty nice. Let's go back, see what else we have here. Okay. All right. It's taking its time. Okay. Now, this is, well, at least they are not sending them to the main website, like main homepage, sorry. But still, there is no offer. Well, yeah, sorry, there is an offer here. Well, this is something that could be worked on. They understand the concept, and they have their Facebook pixel installed. So yeah, I mean, this is something it could be worked on. You see, this is the homepage. At least they're not sending their traffic to the homepage, so pretty good stuff. When I'm back logging, you know, browsing my Facebook, I might see some ads from this guy. So yeah, that's what I mean. Just the whole thing. What I mean here is that you should not be buying traffic and sending it to your homepage. It's just a waste of resources. So just don't do that. Let's see these guys here, and then we move forward. Affordable wedding photos. You see, you should not be doing this. If you're doing it, just stop it. This is no Facebook pixel, no late generation, just plain. I mean, it's not the home website, it's some sort of offer they have going on, but it's not right. It's not done right. Just let's just skip it. All right, so hopefully you get what I mean here. Let's see another one of these guys. Behind these are not ads, so it's not going to cost them any money to do our little research here. Jessica Photography. Let's see what you got, Jessica. Show me what you got. All right, it's taking forever. I don't know what kind of website is this. Now that's another thing. You guys have to make sure that your website loads fast. I mean, this is what I was telling you at the very beginning, guys. And you and your portfolios, you should be careful what you guys are doing with this stuff, because I mean, this is nice and stuff, but it just does not convert a click into a lead. Now, I'm not gonna repeat myself anymore. I guess you get it by now. So yeah, what basically retargeting is, it's pretty simple. Let me show you a live example here. Yeah, so let's say I am your prospect. This is me. I come to your website. You have your pixel installed. This is a pixel, like a little code. All right. I leave your website and I leave it. I go and do my life, and then sometime I'm logged into Facebook, browse little videos of cats and all this stuff, and boom, here you are with your offer. This is you. All right, this here is you, which is cool because I already was in your website. I left, I might have forgotten. Now I see you again with a great offer. That is, I mean, it's no point to make it harder. This is it. All right, so let's move forward. This is an example of a landing page that I found. It's at least better than sending it to your homepage. But like I was telling you, when I was checking out landing pages for photographers, I realized how much of a lack of knowledge there is among photographers in this matter. So this was like the best one I found, and still not that good, but yeah, at least she's trying to capture the lead, turn the click into a lead. Sorry. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty stuff. This is how you turn your cold traffic, right, into warm traffic, and eventually this is how you turn them into clients. Now, there are many options out there for autoresponders, like GetResponse, ConvertKit. There are many other, MailChimp. This is probably you have one already. If you don't, you're completely doing it wrong, because what it's all about, it's building an email list of people who might be interested in your stuff. Okay, so what I personally use, let me show you a funnel. Where is that? There it is. This is a little bit more expensive, I think, so there's no need to actually go out there and use this one, but I want to show you an example of how you turn a cold traffic into actually warm traffic, eventually a client. All right, let's check out this test copy here. So what's going to happen here is Now, don't get overwhelmed by this. This is a little bit more advanced stuff. But what happens here is when your potential lead or client opt-in into your offer, let's say they saw on ad on Facebook what you're offering, we were talking about before, you're giving them a PDF and about whatever questions they might have, the journey they might be in. We have stick to the photography example. So they opt in and they get a tag apply, which is how I organize my stuff. Let's see, you can put here you can put here Facebook, sorry, Auckland, Facebook, Bride. All right, so I know the people that opted into the ad is going here, and it already has a tag, and then a first welcome email come in place, So what you can do in that first email is provide much value, introduce yourself, your services, a couple of examples, what you have done, how you can actually shoot their wedding days, whatever. You have to be creative. Of course, I cannot give you like a template, what you have to do, to write down. Let's see, the important thing is that you guys get the point of how this is done. Now, if they open the email, you're going to wait. I usually wait 2 days so it doesn't sound like spam. And there comes the first value email where you keep sending value to your potential customer. You see, whatever your niche in, but we're in the photography niche here, so you have to look for information that these people might actually want. Okay, and what happens here if they do not open it, and you see this is no, and they get the welcome email again, and there you go, boom, delay, and it goes back to the first value email. So if they click their first value email, another delay happens and then goes to a second value email. You see that, so I'm gaining their trust like this, because I'm not pitching my services, or I'm not pitching my products, whatever I might have to sell. I'm not pitching, I'm just providing value to them. Okay, so again, if they click, a delay, and here comes my first product pitch, which is in your case it should be to book an appointment, and you should give some sort of promotion. You have to create some sort of promotion or whatever deal around. This better than myself because you have so much more your services. But what I want you to understand here is what happens behind a lead form, let's call it. All right, so now it's time for you to actually introduce your brand, services, whatever you get going on. So now that the prospects are engaging with the content that you have provided, it's time to actually introduce what you sell. Yes, we've been creating, kind of actually warming them up. We're still not at the point though to be expecting a sale, but we're taking the steps forwards to getting a prospect interested in what we have to sell. If you want to do it from the Facebook ads perspective, this could be boosting whatever content you might have out there, like whatever post or showcasing the latest wedding you have photography, for example. Or if you have a brand video that tells the story of your services, this is a good idea as well. This is the perfect point in your prospect timeline to introduce them to what you have. We want them at this point to be thinking, yeah, that's what I want. I've been seeing this guy all around. He's been retargeting me. That's what I want. I wanna work with him or with her. So at this point is where you can actually go out there and ask for the sale, because you have been, giving value, and they already trust you at this point. This is where you can create offers. This is where you can create pretty much a Facebook ads that actually offers something, and like a product or a service. And if you've been promoting content to them that is helpful, you should be having no problem to turn them into actually paying customer. Now let me go back to our presentation and see what else we've got here. Metrics. All right, I'll get into it later. I just want to recap a little bit what we have done so far and how you should be doing it if you have any doubt yet. Now, from a technical point of view, it's kind of pointless that I go out there right now and try to teach you example of how to write an ad, how to do this and that, because it takes more than one video. You know, you have to, I mean, the platform itself, you have to learn how to use it. You have to learn how to split test different ad sets and ads, and it's not going to be like I can show you in 45 minutes how to do all this if you haven't done it before. So what my goal was with this presentation is to get you to understand what actually happens behind, behind advertising, and why you are probably not hitting your goals when you're trying to buy advertising. And that's it pretty much. Let's take a look at the metrics. And this is something that you guys have really to take into consideration when you're buying traffic, when you're doing Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever you guys are doing. You have to know what your CPL is. This is how much are you paying for a lead, how much are you paying for an email address, for example, how much are you it's going to give you back. This is a cost per lead. Now CPA, let's call this a how much are you paying for a client, someone that already is paying you. You see, where is that? Cost to acquire a paying customer. All right, this is really important to know, because at the end of the day you want to get clients, not only leads, because clients are the one who will pay you, not leads. But it all starts at leads, so you have to take it step by step. And finally, you have to know your long-term value. This is what I like to call it, because look guys, if you are in the wedding photography space again, at some point these people who married lots of them are going to have kids, and they want to have their kids newborns photography and all this stuff, and this always increases the value of your lead. All right, so with that being said, let's do a final step and let's build some sort of funnel for Facebook ads. Let's say we want to reach people, women who are engaged in the same we did at the very beginning in San Diego, and we want to show them content. So what you guys are going to do is target them, as I showed you on Facebook. You're gonna show them the first ad. This is going to be an ad. Now this is going to be 100% value, all right? And it's going to send them to it's going to send it to your landing page. Not your home page, but your landing page, all right? This landing page is going to give them some sort of value, some sort of PDF, downloadable stuff, whatever this is your journey. You have to know better than I do to actually go out there and give them something of value, okay? So now that you have the funnel going on, you're gonna ask for their email here. I can show you how to build that. You can use WordPress, you can use pretty much whatever platform out there that you are comfortable using. The whole point here at this point is when they click on the ad, they go to the landing page and they submit their information, so you get a lead to your email list. All right, this is your email list. Okay, so let's do, okay, this is an email. This is your email list. So you should be focusing right now on creating this kind of funnel. This is pretty simple. This is a newsfeed ad that goes to very targeted audience, goes to a landing page that only asks for a email, or you can put a name as well if you want to, in return of something they want, and it goes and plugs into goes and plugs into your autoresponder system that you might have going on. All right, so what's going to happen here is lots of people who actually come to this website, to your landing page, they're going to leave, and they're not going to submit the information that you actually want. So what you can do there is retarget them with another ad. All right, this is an ad. You already know that they were here and they left without actually giving you their contact information. So you're going to serve them another ad with more value. Hey, I noticed you were here and I would like to show you this, whatever. Okay, you have to know what you want to show them and ask them for their email again. So it gets plugged into your autoresponder system once again. Okay, so this is what you should be doing in a nutshell to generate Facebook leads. And then you have, once they are in your autoresponder, this is when it's going to get a little bit more crazy, because they are going to get one email of value. All right, one email, and they should be getting education on the matter, through via emails. So you can send 2-3 emails and then offer whatever you have going on, but just don't pitch it like a hard sale, but actually try to tell the story or something. And these are emails here, by the way. These are ads, landing page, ad, email responder, and this is your automated sequence of emails. So yeah, I mean, what I want you to understand with all this stuff is that you can actually go and set up different advertising on Facebook, actually depending on whatever action they take. If you have a link on your email that goes to a blog post that you have, you can actually create some sort of custom audience on Facebook and actually tell the Facebook pixel if they hit your website. Now you already know they are very interested on that, so you can retarget them and show them more ads. So yeah, and a good thing is Facebook retargeting ads are pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap, and it's going to give you great results. So go out there and do that. Do it, because if you're not doing it, if you're just relying on SEO and all this stuff we talked in the very beginning, and you are leaving a lot of money on the table by doing that. So, and let me know if you guys have questions related with this stuff, and if you would like me to create some sort of step-by-step course where I can show you exactly the technical part of all of this, because yeah, I mean, of course it's not going to be like an hour thing, it's going to be way much longer course, but I can walk you through all these necessary steps to, even if you don't know how to set up a landing page, how to set up a Facebook campaign from the technical point of view, how to set up your pixels in your landing pages and websites, how to go out there and create the ad, the technical part, not the psychology part. We covered here, and it's pretty much what it is. But I do understand that the technical part might get into your way, because it takes time to learn. But if you guys are interested in knowing more about this stuff, just let me know, and we can put together a course just for photographers looking to get better at Facebook ads and advertisement in general, online advertising. And that's it. If you have more questions, just type in the box below, and I'll do my best to answer you. I hope you enjoyed this and that you see the possibilities that are out there for you. And if you're not taking advantage of this stuff, you should be doing, because look, if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it, So I leave it there. Take it easy. Bye bye.